I pull up and kill shit. 6 feet.
Alright, 6 feet going deep. It's Nick Torius with.
And Smokepurpp. And also, I got my boy in the back right here, DSC Vince Carter. You know what I'm saying? You see him in the back. He's up next. Don't sleep. And don't forget, I told y'all this, because when he does blow up,
facts.
y'all nigga, if you don't check it out right now, when he does blow up, you're not going to be the nigga that's able to say, oh, I've been listening to him. Nah, exactly. So get on it now, or you'll just be a follower.
You guys met out here, or like, how'd you guys meet?
Yeah, we met out here, right, Vince?
Yeah, I think. Or in LA.
Or maybe in LA. Yeah, I met him through a mutual friend, through Ronnie J.
Yeah, facts.
Oh, nice. So, being a Florida native, right? Like, tell me about your music. Like, what do you think of the Florida scene right now, actually?
I think there's a lot of places that got a wave right now, like, LA, New York, even Kentucky got a little wave going. Mm-hmm. Florida's had a wave for a while. Not even just because I'm from here, but I think Florida got the biggest wave right now. It's like, I feel like all the artists that I fuck with right now are all coming out of Florida, LA, Atlanta, and New York. And you know who I really fuck with also right now? ESTG. That boy go crazy.
Have you made music with them recently?
ESTG? Nah, I never made music with him. I don't really know him, but I fuck with his music.
How do you see, like how was it being a Florida legend? Like, coming out here during the whole era of, like, everyone with their eyes on Florida. Like, what was that like for you?
I mean, it was, it's hard to explain how that was like for me, because when we were doing it for fun. We weren't doing it because we knew we were gonna blow up or nothing like that. Obviously, we didn't know we were gonna blow up. We were doing it because we were having fun. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We were doing it for Florida.
Yeah, you started off as a producer, right? Just making beats?
Music-wise, yeah. Music-wise, the first thing I did was produce.
So how did that, like, transition into you actually making music?
Actually rapping?
Yeah, like rapping.
I don't know. I think I was just producing, and, I think... I don't like to sound arrogant, but fuck it, I'm arrogant. Mm-hmm. And I think my beats were just way ahead of its time, you know what I'm saying, at the time that I was making them. And, eventually the wave caught on, you know what I'm saying? When I started producing all of Pump's first shit, mm-hmm. It caught on, you know what I'm saying? And, I started rapping on my own beats. I started working with other producers. And, yeah, that's where the producing shit went for me.
So now, you started off just, doing producing. Now you're nominated for a Grammy. How's that?
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I mean, that shit, it felt good, you know what I'm saying? It was really random. To be honest, it was really random. Yeah, it was random. But it felt good, that's a nice accolade to have, getting nominated for a Grammy. I'm young, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been doing this for a long time. I don't even have 5 albums, you know what I mean? I don't even have 4 albums, you know what I'm saying? I'm nominated for a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? Well, have a Grammy nomination. So it feels good, man.
Where do you see, like, the highest point? Like, because you're pretty up there, right?
Yeah, but I'm never satisfied. I still need to be bigger.
What is bigger to you? Like, when you're at this level, like, how is there even
I don't know what bigger is, because I don't see myself stopping. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like you're, like, blazing a trail, basically, of, like, what there is to come for, like the different possibilities of artists?
Can you rephrase that question?
Do you feel like you're, like, when you're saying trends and stuff, right? Like, do you feel like where you are right now, you're able to like basically move different than like other artists in the past and just like make your own way for like other people to come behind you?
Definitely, because I'm very experimental in my music, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Like you were saying with the Firefly?
exactly, yeah. Yeah, they don't know about that song yet, though. It's coming. But I'm very, very experimental in my music, and I'm not scared to be experimental because I'm all about pushing the sound forward, not backtracking. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'd rather be the nigga to put a song out that's experimental and trash and get bashed for it than be the nigga who didn't try it.
But is it how hard is it to do it now that you're actually known, you're actually big, like to actually put out stuff that you really want to see the reaction to, but like the labels are just like nah.
It's hard. It's hard sometimes, but you know my label does trust me. I have a great team. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, they're all about the same thing I'm all about, which is pushing the sound forward.
Mm-hmm.
So,
are you still working with Murda, or you have who's making your beats?
yes, sir. Blessed Chapter 2 is on the way. You know what I'm saying? Blessed Chapter 1 was produced by Murda and his camp. You know, I got Blessed Chapter 2 dropping, which, you know, I worked with Murda and his camp, and then, you know, a lot of beats are produced by myself as well, or my brother DSC Sonny,
What was
and
it?
and you know other producers that I worked with like Isaiah Sound and you know just a lot of other people. You know, so, you know I want the album to come out before people see. You get me?
Yeah.
Before people know.
Tell me about like the first time you met Murda. Like, what was that that interaction like? Like, how did you guys know that you were gonna click so well with each other?
Man, we didn't know, but you know, before I met Murda, I was already a fan of Murda. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, me and Murda met through. I had this A&R back then who knew. I don't know if. Actually, I had this A&R back then who knew Murda, not Murda's A&R.
Mm-hmm.
And we just linked up in the studio one day, and you know, the first day we linked, we clicked. Tracks was coming out. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
I think the first song we made together, the day we linked, we made Bumblebee, which was on Blessed Chat 1.
Do you ever have to work with artists that you don't really like, that you don't click with, or it's always a mutual connection?
I had to work with artists that I don't really click with.
Yeah.
Not really, cause if I don't click with the artists, I'd rather not even work with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm very overprotective of my music and who I work with. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So.
What about when you're writing for them? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter who I'm writing for.
Yeah, like if you're just making songs and then you're writing for a specific person, like do you have to have that connection with them, or you're just writing for them?
No, it has to make sense. It has to be somebody. It has to. If I'm writing a song for somebody, it has to be somebody that I can see and hear myself writing something for them. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
It has to make sense.
So how do you put yourself in their, like in that artist's position to be able to make something for them and have it sound authentically like them?
How do I put myself in their shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if I'm gonna write for an artist, it has to be an artist that I can see myself writing something for them, and that makes sense, so that it's not easy for me to step in their shoes and write something for them. Mm-hmm. I mean, so that it is easy for me to step in their shoes and write something for them. If I get a request from somebody who wants you to write a song for them, and it doesn't really make sense for like the type of stuff I do, I'd rather not do it. You get me?
But are you like versatile with it? Like you can do like any genre, or you just?
Yeah, I could do any genre. Yeah.
So how did you end up linking with Drake and getting so cool with him? With you and Murda.
The first time I met Drake was at I went to a party at Puffy's crib. With my manager Josh. Shout out Josh J Mogul Vision, and he introduced me to Drake, and then not too much later, I was working with Murda, and his camp is also very cool with Drake. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how. That's pretty much how I got to get around Drake like so often and stuff like that.
What kind of stuff did you learn from him?
What kind of stuff do I learn from him? Did I learn about him or from him?
Like from seeing how he moves, or like just things that little things that inspired you.
To be honest, from seeing the way he moves, I didn't learn too much because he moves very similar to the way I move. You know what I'm saying? He moves very tactical, very smart. He doesn't talk a lot, and that's the same way I like to be. He's very strategical in with everything he does and how he moves, and you get me?
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think really caused your success? Like, do you feel like there's a special thing that you did that other people don't do that caused you to be in your position?
I just wasn't scared. I wasn't scared to experiment, and I wasn't scared to be myself. In 2015, for example, in 2015, I painted my nails, right? Mm-hmm. Just because I wanted to, because I don't give a fuck. I painted my nails, and for like 3 months straight, I got bashed for it, right? Mm-hmm. Twitter, Instagram. Fast forward to this year. I don't gotta say the rest. Everybody trying to paint their nails, but when I did it in 2015, that shit was a huge, huge problem.
So how did you take all the backlash and the hate from that?
I don't give a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about it, because you see how it always goes. They hate on it, they talk crazy about it, and then you catch the same people doing it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's what comes with being a trendsetter. You know what I'm saying? So you had to take that backlash. Like when Young Thug put that dress on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Thug. That's my favorite artist. Fucking, you never heard Thug complaining about people saying and nothing like that, because he's being himself and he's doing what he wants to do. Mm-hmm. And that's the way I see it.
Like when it comes to like success and stuff, right? Do you feel like you gotta sacrifice anything? Like, what do you have to sacrifice?
Hold on. What you mean sacrifice?
No, hanging out with people. Like
yeah, man. There's a lot I had to sacrifice, bro. Like being with my family. I love my family. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when you get to this certain level, there's a lot you have to sacrifice. Being around a lot of the people you love. If you have a girlfriend or something, and you have to move around and she can't come where you're going, mm-hmm. It's a lot you have to sacrifice. For me, it was mostly being away from my mom and you know what I'm saying? To me, my mom is my ace. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom and my dad split when I was at a young age, and you know what I'm saying? I grew up single mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my brothers and my mom, and my mom, we grew up poor, but she always found a way to fucking make it happen for us, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And by the grace of God, eventually got some money together. My mom went to school, you feel me? Mm-hmm. My mom went to school. She actually ended up going to school all the way when I was like towards the end of high school. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I still was poor. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't change too much, but my mom. That's just to explain that my mom's always tried to do the best, like for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same way around, you know what I'm saying? Everything I do for my family and for the people that I love and for my mom, you know what I'm saying? Because what's the point of doing this for yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you buy her a crib?
Nigga, I just bought her a crib.
I saw this post.
How long ago?
A month.
Bought her a house a month ago.
I just saw a post that said you ain't rich until you buy your mama a crib.
Big ass house. I just bought my mom a big ass house.
How'd that feel?
Lake in the back, nigga.
How'd it feel giving like when she got it?
Man, it felt amazing, bro. That was the best. That's the best feeling in the world. You know what I'm saying? Not that my mom is sick or anything, but I just
You want to get back?
instead of I took her on trips before. I've had fun with her and stuff, but I just if there's one thing I wanted to do before my mom left this earth, where whatever happens after this, was I wanted to be able to be like, this is yours, Mom. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad I got to do it,
What I was gonna ask before was, I remember seeing an interview with you a while back, and you were saying how like what people do when they're trying to get their music out there is that they'll just spam people and they'll just like DM people like, hey, listen to my music. And you said that you didn't move that way.
Nah.
So I was wondering like, what was the way that you were able to get people to listen to your music without being like corny?
To be honest, I don't know. I think people gravitated towards my music just because, to be honest, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We just caught a wave, me, X, Ski, Pump. We caught a wave and people gravitated towards it. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't really completely pop off until I started getting those cosigns.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Your first cosign was The Weeknd, right?
Like, yeah, that's who blew everything up for me.
But
Shout out The Weeknd.
you were on Kanye's playlist at the time, right? On his what was it, Untitled?
Yeah. How did you know that? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I remember.
That's throwback, yo. Yeah. And Drake's the OVO radio shit.
Oh, you were on that one too? I didn't know
Yeah,
about that one.
before I blew up. But yeah, the first person to give me that really, really big cosign was, I think, The Weeknd. When he posted that, he didn't have nothing on his Instagram but a video of him turning up to Ski Mask. To my song Ski Mask.
What was that? What was the reception like right after that? Like what people, you were getting like flooded, like blown up?
Yeah, that shit turned what I was doing into like a snowball effect. After that, it was just boom, going bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
It's funny seeing it through your eyes, like what you were going through, because I remember that era too. Like I remember that's when I was like really into like you guys' music. Like when all that stuff was just like blowing up, and I was like watching you guys' music videos on YouTube. Like your guys' shit was just like recommended for me, right? They would just pop up. And let me check these guys out.
Nah, yeah, man. So The Weeknd was the first person to really co-sign my music and make it pop off. After that, he made, that song was already doing good, because that was the first song that kind of went crazy for me. But when he posted it, it went even crazier. And, not too much longer later, I shot the Ski Mask video with Cole Bennett.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Which ended up on New York Times.
Mm-hmm. What do you think it was about that song that made it blow up?
I think it was a mix of the rawness in the song,
Uh-huh.
You know, how different the song was from the stuff that was coming out. The weekend, you know, listening to it on Instagram. And the video.
Because I had a theory that it's because you guys were talking about water.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys were talking about water, right? And I remember that being different.
I mean, we weren't talking about water. I just had a line where I mentioned water, where I mentioned that my diamonds were water.
Because you go like, water, water, water.
It was. I feel like John Cena. I feel like John Cena on my diamonds Aquafina.
Yeah, because I remember I was saying, like, that shit was so stuck in my head. Like, I would say it everywhere. And everyone was just like...
To be honest, I don't know if I was the first person to refer to my diamonds as water, but I know that was a really long time ago.
Because I remember after I saw that, that's when I started seeing, like, other people, like Ugly God, like, a bunch of, like, other
Call
artists.
that diamonds water?
Yeah, like, just talking about water in general, right? And I noticed a trend starting after I saw that video.
I mean, I know when I made that song, I'm not saying I'm the first person. Maybe somebody did it before me, but I had never heard nobody refer to their diamonds as water.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, so you see all this traction coming, right? Like, that's right after that. That's when you went on the No Jumper tour.
After that, let me see.
Or was it called the No Jumper tour, or was it?
Yeah, it was in a German tour, but I don't know if it was after that or before that. No, it was way before Bless Your Trap and all that. It was the No Jumper tour was. See, I gotta try to remember what songs I was performing on the No Jumper tour.
Where you had like Audi, right? You had like Audi.
No, Audi was the first song I dropped when I signed. I don't know if I was signed yet on the No Jumper tour.
When you look back on that tour, like what do you think of? Like what does it bring you back to? Like, to reflect on.
It just takes me back to, you know, the beginning days of when you start blowing up. But those are the funnest times, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you're new to all this stuff, and you're new to staying in the fucking patent suite of a 5-star hotel, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, like when you first start blowing up, that's the fun. That's the funnest part. That's the, you know what I'm saying?
Is it still fun?
Yeah, it's still fun. Of course, it's always gonna be fun because I'm doing what I love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Are there times where it feels like actual work, like you feel like you should have done something else?
Besides music?
Yeah.
Like
being an artist is too much?
Have I ever felt like being an artist is too much?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like being an artist is a lot of pressure, you know, especially since I struggle with severe anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Really severe anxiety. But, you know, I learned to cope with it.
Has it gotten better since you quit lean?
Definitely, because I was dependent on lean. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know when you're addicted to a drug, you know you're dependent on it, and you know what I'm saying, that causes anxiety. Like, oh, it's almost like, you know, like needing your next fix or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that causes anxiety too. You know, that raises your anxiety. And I've already had anxiety since I was 12. I've been prescribed anxiety medication since I was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm. So do you feel like not having anxiety kind of, you know, like was what made you able to just like not really care what people thought and to just go forward?
Nah, because I never not had anxiety. I still have anxiety.
I mean, like when you're taking like medication.
The lean, when I was taking lean.
Yeah, and like Xanax.
Yeah, it definitely helped. It helped, and I also used to think that lean helped in my creative process, and I used to feel like, oh, if I don't have lean, I'm not gonna be able to make what I want to make. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
But I had to really snap out of it and be like, nah, it's me doing this shit. It's not the lean doing this shit. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Nigga felt like the pint was inside of me writing the lyrics.
Like the what?
Like there was a pint inside of me writing the lyrics. Like, yo, High Tech, write this bar for me. Walkhart, write this bar for me.
Trips.
Do you feel like that helped though? Like, do you feel like that's like you made better stuff when you were on it, or you feel like now your stuff's way better?
You know, I thought it helped. You know what I'm saying? I thought it helped, you know, because it could help. It could help with the creative process, you know, like anything that can, you know, get you loose and get you in your vibe can help with the creative process, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And since I was drinking lean, it helped with my creative process. Oh, fuck. Yeah, it helped with the creative process. So when I kind of slowed down and stopped, you know, I had to get used to, you know, making music not on lean, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Cause when I started making music, I was on lean, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So.
Well, you make music every single day, right?
Every single day of my life.
What is the difference from now making music to when you first started? Like, not first started, but from when you know, like when you didn't have that much pressure.
To be honest, I'm a person who's confident in my music. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's gotten better. You know, before I would come in the studio and I would sit down and write, and you know, I'd get frustrated. Now I could walk in the studio, make a song in 10 minutes, make another song in 10 minutes, another song in 10 minutes, and leave. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I could walk in the studio for somebody who needs a verse, give them their verse in 5 minutes, and kill their song. You get me? Mm-hmm. So it's all about how confident you are and how much you believe in yourself. Because you have to believe in yourself before anybody else does. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is gonna believe in yourself. Nobody's gonna be like, I believe in that guy who doesn't believe in himself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You have to tell yourself, I'm the hardest before anybody else can say you're the hardest. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna say it for you.
So, you know how you were getting a lot of hate back in the days, like when everyone was hating on mumble rap, right? Because it was like the new thing that was coming out.
Yeah, they was trying to hate on everybody who came up on stuff. They was trying to hate on Uzi and Yachty and
you and Pump were the face.
And me and Pump. And you said what?
You and Pump were the face, right?
Yeah, I mean, not the face, because we weren't the first. You know what I'm saying?
You guys were the most popular. So
yeah, so it kind of, you know, I mean. I think we were all popular in our own way. You know, I don't like to say we were the most popular. I think everybody was popular in their own way. You know what I'm saying?
Because I remember during that era, because I was watching all the news outlets, right, like all the media.
But to be honest, I never considered myself a mumble rapper. You know, I guess maybe in the beginning, when I was still trying to find my sound, I guess you were able to consider me a mumble rapper, but they were considering anybody on SoundCloud a mumble rapper.
Yeah, they were basically just calling the new generation mumble rap, right?
Yeah, they were calling it mumble rap because it wasn't lyrical and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was lyrical.
But there was never a lot of mumbling in it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'd always...
I don't know where the mumble term came from, but I mean, at least, you know, I don't think I was ever mumbling shit.
Yeah, because even Pump doesn't mumble. Like, he does, like, his bars aren't like, you know, like...
Yeah, they're not crazy bars, but, you know, like, not some crazy lyrical shit, but he's not mumbling, so...
Yeah, so, I mean,
I guess that was just the name they gave it because it wasn't no lyrical shit.
But you guys were basically the face of it, right? And the thing is, what all the old heads was talk about is that, like, you know, you guys just come in and just, like, you know, record in your house and then he blows up, right? And
I feel like that made them mad.
Yeah. Because what I always wonder, because I'm always talking about putting 10,000 hours in, right? Like, you know, the mastering by Robert Greene. he always talks about putting 10,000 hours in order to be great at something and to get results, right? But I would always look at
What do
you
you
guys.
mean? What do you mean putting 10,000 hours in?
Like if you put 10,000 hours into anything, like if I was to put 10,000 hours into tattooing, then I would be a master at it. And if you put 10,000 hours into making music, you'd be a master of music.
I feel like that's probably why I mastered my sound. Why I could walk in the studio and make 5 songs in an hour. You know what I'm saying? Because I mastered my sound.
But when you were first coming up and you were first blowing up, do you feel like you mastered music? Like
When I was no. When I was first blowing up, I was still trying to find my pocket. I was still trying to find what my lane was.
But did you put like a lot of hours into music first?
Yeah, I was skipping school to record and all type of shit.
Because I feel like you guys blew up super quick. Like it took you guys.
It took me a little longer. I'm not gonna lie. For Pump, it was hella fast.
Because for most artists, it takes them like years, like 10 years in the game, 20 years.
Yeah, you know, I'm still blowing up. You know, I'm not the biggest artist yet. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I have big dreams, and I think I have a bright future ahead of me. I'm still blowing up, and I like the way I'm blowing up. I wouldn't want to blow up super fast, and it's gone. You know, I rather let it build. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how do you feel about Pumps blowing up really fast like that?
You know, I think it worked. I think it worked, and for some people it works. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, there's people that it didn't work for. Like, I don't know. You give me an example. Who blew up really fast and it didn't work for him?
Rich Homie Quan or Fetty Wap or what's his name? Trinidad James. Like a lot of those people, like they came up during a time when it was like, you know, there wasn't really SoundCloud, so they had to like put a lot of skin in the game. But then actually no, I'm thinking about the wrong people. I'm thinking about like back in the days, you know, like it took a long time to be like, cause there was only like 6 rappers, right? Like back in like Tupac days,
Right.
you can only be like one of like 10 or 20 rappers. But now it's like there could be however many as long as you have a fan base.
Exactly.
So it always made me wonder how you guys were able to, you know, get to a level past where all these people that put in like 10,000 hours just writing music and like books or like recording.
But we were putting in the same amount of work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just because we weren't as big as them, what doesn't mean we weren't putting in as much work. We had to put in double the work. You get me?
Mm-hmm. All right, so what is double the work? Like, what does that mean?
I mean, like, you know, for us to be able to catch up to like people who are big like that, you know, you gotta work twice as hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we did. We were working. If we saw people working this much and they're this big, then we knew that to be that big or bigger than that, we had to put twice as much work. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to me telling you I record every single day of my life. And even if I don't record, I'm doing something creative. I'm making beats. I'm sending beats out. I'm writing the songs for people. You get me?
Because I remember you guys were making videos too, and the thing is, in the videos, it looked like it was very effortless, right? Like it looked like you guys were just being yourself.
Having fun. Yeah, we were having fun. We never planned on blowing up. It just happened. But you know, that's how it happens. It happens when you're having fun with it.
But is that part of the work though? Like just
having fun?
Kind of like, yeah, like kind of not expect, like, it's like a paradox, right? Like it's like kind of like you're working but you're not working at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
Did you know that making videos was like, did you already see that, like foreseeing that?
What?
Just making the videos and like having them like blow up.
I knew that I knew I always wanted to do something with entertainment for sure, and I knew that somehow, some way, that this is what I was gonna do because I love this. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people, they try to do the same thing that you guys did.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, like why do you think that it doesn't work for them?
Because they're trying to do it, and for us it was organic. That was just us. We weren't trying to do something somebody else was doing. We were doing what we were doing. And people are just trying to mimic what we were doing, but it doesn't work because they're not us.
Mm-hmm. How come? Did you ever dye your hair?
Yeah.
Other than like blonde? Like the crazy color?
Yeah, I had leopard print in my hair before. I had purple hair before. I had red hair before. I had dreads all the times. When I make an album, I grow my hair out and dread it, and when I drop the album, I cut it and grow it again as I'm making the next project. So every time I'm making an album, I grow out my hair, dread it, and when the album drops, I cut it, and then when I start working on the next one, I start growing my hair out again, and when it drops, I cut it, grow it again.
What do you do with the hair?
Keep it, some of it, threw away, you know what I'm saying? How's it coming up?
Nah, it's good. I'm just making sure all these little tiny like edges are taken care of.
It's going up good though?
Yeah. It's coming out better than I thought.
How long you been tattooing?
It's gonna be my 3rd year. If I was imagining you like taking your dreads and like turning them to like NFTs. You fuck with like crypto and all that stuff?
That'd be sick. Somebody's trying to offer me $3 million to give them an NFT EP.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it of?
An EP of songs.
Oh, of your songs?
Yeah, they offered me $3 million for it.
Are you gonna do it?
Huh?
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, maybe. But if they're offering me $3 million for it, shit, imagine how much they're gonna make off of it.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
they probably sell one song for $3 million.
You think so?
Hell yeah, probably.
What do you think the future of music is? Like,
I have something here.
because you were pretty much on the forefront of the future of like the music industry changing. What do you think is like the next step?
For me, or in music, period?
Like in general.
You know, nowadays you never know. Nowadays you can't tell at all. Cause who 2 years ago who knew that you were gonna need TikTok to blow a song up? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So nowadays you never really know. You just gotta keep up.
Is the old ways of doing stuff like you feel like they still work?
Yeah, of course it still works.
Like handing out your mixtapes and.
Oh, I don't know if that works. I don't know if that works. I've never done that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like anybody's also, if you passing out mixtapes and it's working for you, then keep doing that.
How do you find about new music?
How do I find the new music?
Yeah, like what makes you like? How do you find new artists that you want to listen to?
I've always been into like looking into all the new artists that are coming up. And I have a younger brother named DSC Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a producer, and he works with a lot of upcoming artists. So I find out about a lot of upcoming artists through him.
Was he always doing that? Or did you like help him to get into that career?
He started producing, you know what I'm saying? And I would tell him like, you know, just do this till he got really good.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, eventually I linked him with Ronnie. I linked him with Murda. Made beats with Murda. You know, now he's making beats with the big people. You hear me?
Yeah. How did you do during the pandemic?
Shit, during the pandemic, I was in a house, boy.
Were you afraid of like not being able to like, since you can't do shows and like go to the studio and shit like that?
Nah, I mean I have multiple sources of income, you know, and I had a studio at home, so I was just making music, you know, taking that time to, you know, just perfect new sounds and, you know, like spend time with my family and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Wait, can you take this off him so he can check it out?
Oh, we finished?
Yeah. Well,
How I look?
Stop it.
Yeah. Did you care about that before? Like, was that something that you like thought about, like when you guys were first coming up?
What?
That you had fans, like younger fans that are gonna like do stuff.
Yeah, but at that time I was young, so you know what I'm saying. But now I'm like more careful because There's a lot of young people that watch me. You know?
I felt like if I was fucking brave enough to talk about drugs on the song, I also had to be brave enough to tell people that, you know, that drugs are not always good and that they fucked me up before. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
If I don't do that, I'm a fuck nigga. You get me?
What was like the worst experience you ever had being high or like on drugs?
Somebody gave me a fake pill.
For real?
I died.
For real?
I died for 30 minutes. This is something nobody knows. It's the first time anybody has heard this in this interview.
Yeah.
That's exclusive. Like that's exclusive. Fucking.
You got to get like saved or you just came back?
Nah, I got saved, bro.
Yeah. What did you see when you went over there?
Nothing. It felt like I was asleep. When I came back, I don't know. It just felt like I was asleep and I woke up.
Did you change your life right like after that happened, or like what happened after that?
Shit. Like, what do you mean after that? Like,
Yeah, how did your life change after that?
I mean, it didn't really change too much, you know. They had just gave me a fake pill. And fucking, you know, I got fucked over.
That was perfect.
I got fucked over. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like anybody that's watching this, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for that. You know, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be nobody's dad or nothing like that. But you know, I'm not telling you to not take drugs and nothing like that. I will tell you that, you know, they're not always good, and that, you know, if you are gonna do drugs, like, you know, make sure you're in a safe environment. Make sure you make sure everything is good. You know what I'm saying? Because drugs will take you down a rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? They'll fuck you over.
Yeah. When you were writing for Kanye, right? When you wrote I Love It.
Yeah.
What was that era like? Because I feel like we kind of glossed over that one.
What was the era like? At that time, I was recording Death Star 2. You know, I was in an Airbnb in Malibu. Big Airbnb, working on Death Star 2 with Apex. My engineer in LA, Mantis. My friend, my team. We just had a good environment, and I remember I had recorded the song months before, you know, I was at that spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember one of my best friends, Apex, I'm sleeping, and he runs into the room and he's like, the song came out. And I'm lost, I don't even know what he's talking about. It's already been months since I wrote the song, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, yo, the song you did for Kanye Pump, like, it came out with a video. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, no way. You know, we were going crazy. That was the first song I had ever written for somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it broke hella records. If I'm not mistaken, it's either Kanye's biggest song of all time or top 3 biggest songs of all time.
It was like YouTube's biggest song of all time, wasn't it?
It broke a record of most streams in, I think, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Most streams in an hour. It broke a lot of records. Yeah.
Well, cause you guys had like a little beef after that, didn't you?
Who?
You and Pump, like,
Nah.
you guys were like fighting over like who wrote it and stuff.
Nah. We were just fucking around. I don't even know how people didn't notice we were fucking around. We were literally just like fucking around on some Suck the Boy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I did this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know how people didn't notice we were fucking around.
Let me ask you about that freestyle.
Alright.
What was your mindset going into that?
Into the same worship freestyle?
Was it? I think that's what it was. Like, when you just like were going in.
I mean, I had no mindset going into that shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there to freestyle. I was there to do an interview and fucking. You know, I don't know if this was before the interview or after the interview ended. He was just playing beats and shit, and you know, I was just freestyling, like fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was gonna end up on the interview because it was an interview. You know, it wasn't no freestyle shit. You just playing beats and I was fucking around, like having fun. You feel me?
Yeah.
And you know, I guess people grabbed that clip like if it was like, oh, he's really freestyling. And ran with it like I was really freestyling, but really we were just in the studio. I just fucking around having fun.
Cause it was a long video.
Yeah, me and my boys, we were just fucking around. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
it was supposed to be just an interview. When you started playing beats, we just fucking around. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but did you feel
and
like
people ran with it like it was a real ass freestyle? And I was like, oh shit, that's crazy.
Did you see like any opportunities for after that? Like, did you see like that kind of like messed up your image a little bit? Like what did it
Hell no, cause I've always been like, you know, I've always fucked around like online and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, nah, I never messed up my image. I never even been the type of nigga to be freestyling anyways.
Are you good at freestyling?
I'm not the best freestyler in the world. I can tell you that shit. That's a fact, nigga. Anybody can tell you that shit. But fucking, I don't write any of my music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do like 4 bars, punch in, shit like that. You know, sometimes I write, you feel me? If it's an intimidating beat that I'm like, oh, I gotta go crazy, I'll write. But most of my songs, I don't write.
Have you ever made a song that you wrote for and you felt like it was robotic? Like when you listen back and it's kind of like not really flowing as well as you thought it would?
Wait, say that again?
Like you ever wrote a song and then you recorded it, but then it's like you sound kind of like, it's like before you...
Yeah, because I think I feel like when I do write a song, right, and I take long writing the song and I'm overthinking it, it doesn't come out good because it's overthought. Mm-hmm. And when you overthink some shit and you try to make it too perfect, it takes away from the rawness, you know what I'm saying, and the realness of it, you know what I'm saying, because it sounds like it's thought out and like you're trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? I think shit comes out better when you're having fun and it's saucy and you know you just let it happen. You get me? Because every song that I have that's platinum and gold and that has 200 million streams, 300 million streams on my Spotify are all songs that I did having fun. You know what I'm saying? So. Like Ski Mask, like the song Ski Mask, like bro, I didn't even have a microphone. I recorded that shit on Apple headphones, bro.
Bro?
Hell yeah.
You didn't want to record it just for the video? What's boogers?
It's baguettes.
Oh, that's what that is?
A baguette or a big stone, you know, a booger.
There's just one song you have.
Or a booger could be, you know, no offense to the LGBTQ community. Please don't come at me. I'm not the guy. But, you know, some people refer to, like, in jail and stuff like that, like, a gay person would be called a booger.
For real? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I remember there's one song. Yeah, I can't fuck with boogers. Niggas weirdos. That shit would be like stuck in my head. I'll be like singing and people are like, what the fuck?
The boogers, niggas weirdos. Yeah.
That was like one of my favorite song at like a point. It was just like
Count hella dough.
I actually made you know what AMVs are? Like the anime?
Yeah.
I used to make AMVs to your music and just like feel like
oh word? Oh, you gotta show me some, bro.
Yeah, that's like how I first started before the interviews and stuff.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick. Are you good with like animation in music videos and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do that too.
Oh, we gotta work, dude.
No, yeah, I got you definitely. Is there anything else that you wanna bring up or anything else we didn't get to touch on?
Yeah. Move back a little bit. So, you see it right here. Smokepurpp. We're 6 feet deep right here, my boy. Came and tied me up. You see this shit. We got DSC Vince Carter back there. Being all owner and shit. You know, we're all owners, but it's okay. I just want to let everybody know that you can do anything you put your mind to. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do nothing. Because I was told I can't do everything I did. Everything I did, I was told I can't do. And, you know, now I just turned 24 years old. And I've done everything that people do towards the end of their career at 24. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever let nobody tell you that there's anything you can't do, because you can do anything. If you believe it, then you can do it. If you believe it, you can do it. So don't let anybody tell you that there's something you can't do. You can do anything you put your mind to. And don't listen to anybody trying to doubt you, anybody trying to downplay you. And, you know, any dead weight around you, any people who are weighing you down, who are envious, who are jealous towards you, you know, you don't need those type of people around you, because all they're going to do is bring you down, and they're never going to give you the right advice. You know what I'm saying? I just want everybody out there to be safe. And, you know what I'm saying, Blisso Chapter 2 is on the way. I love everybody. I know I'm not online as much as I used to be, but the big bat is back, bitch.
That's what's up. So you have anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out my whole label. I want to shout out my whole team. I want to shout out my tour manager Rob for putting up with my ass. I want to shout out my manager Josh for putting up with my ass. You know, I want to shout out my whole team, and, you know, everybody who's helped me get where I am. You know, every artist that fucks with me, and I want to shout out to everybody who don't fuck with me, because if you don't fuck with me, fuck you, bitch.
And where can they find you at, just in case anyone doesn't?
Where can you find me at? You can find me at the corner store. Not playing. You can find me on anywhere at Smokepurpp.
For sure. So it's been 6 feet with Florida legend Smokepurpp.
Yes, sir. And like I said again, Blisso Chapter 2 is on the way. The Dead Star Boys compilation tape is on the way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the whole Dead Star. Shout out DSC Sunny. Shout out DSC Vince Carter. Shout out Isaiah Sound. Shout out the whole Dead Star. You know what I'm saying? We in this bitch, and we in this bitch heavy. Shout out Y'all Bound. Shout out Dead Star, nigga. Shout out Dead Star, nigga.